Hello dear students, welcome back to this video. This particular video is on the gearing diagram and the speed chart. There are general recommendations for developing the gearing diagram. So while developing the gearing diagram on the basis of the given structural diagram or the speed diagram, you pay the attention must be paid to there are some aspects. All the requirements that are the essential for the proper functioning of the gear transmission must be satisfied, and the gearbox dimensions kept minimum, and this is essential requirement for the proper functioning of the gearbox and the transmission. So first of all, the number of teeth on the smallest gear of the transmission group, that should be such that there is no undercutting of the gear teeth. Generally, for the gears with an unoccurred profile and 20-degree pressure angle, that is Z minimum is greater than or equal to 17, and you know that the minimum teeth on pinion, that is 17. If the gear pair on the parallel shaft have the same module, the sum of the number of teeth of the mating gear pair must be the same, and the spacing between the adjacent gear on the shaft should be such that on gear pair gets completely disengaged before the next begin to mesh. Then next guideline is the number of teeth of adjacent gear must differ by at least 4. This point may be provided by considering the following example. Suppose the sliding block mounted on the shaft 1 provides the 3 speeds on the shaft 2, and depending upon which the gear pair is used for transmission, the center distance between the shaft is, that is module by 2 plus summation of all the teeths. Suppose here center distance, that is indicated by capital A. So center distance between the gear 1 and gear 2, that should be module by 2 into Z1 plus or any either Z1 input plus Z1 output, summation of gear available on the shaft 1 and the shaft 2, that is the sliding block mounted on the input shaft, and that will be engaged with the intermediate shaft. So this is the recommendation while drawing the gearing diagram. Suppose in this gearing diagram there are 2 gear clusters available. So as the another one of the consideration is that the spacing between the adjacent gear on the shaft should be, or that gear pair gets completely disengaged before the next begin to mesh, that should be or it should be difference by the 4 number of teeths. Means what? There should be not equal to or greater than 4. So here, to avoid the clashing of the gear, you need to take into consideration that 2 gear cluster is mounting in such a way that it will not provide the clashing while engaging and disengaging of the gear while transmission of the speed. So here the 2 gear cluster is using, and here 3 gear cluster is using. So there are 2 spline shaft are available, shaft 1 and shaft 3. These are the spline shaft, because that 2 gear cluster and 3 gear cluster is mounting on shaft 1 and shaft 3. So the axially it will move, so that's why the spline shaft, as I called you that particular shaft name. So as 2 gear cluster is here, so obviously the 2 gears are mounting on the next shaft. Here the 3 gear cluster is using, so obviously the 3 gears are mounting in the intermediate shaft, and in the third shaft the next is the 2 gear cluster is available. So at the output shaft obviously the 2 gear cluster is using. So while drawing this particular cluster, so the smaller gear is always drawn on the left side and bigger gear is always drawn on the right side. So if you see this 2 gear cluster is also there, and 3 gear cluster is also there. So if you see here, the smaller gear is drawn on the left side of the cluster, and bigger gear than that of this is drawn on the right side of that smaller gear. So what happen while engaging and disengaging, it will easily engage and disengage, because here the smaller gear is there, so obviously the bigger gear is available at the intermediate shaft. Likewise, if here the smaller gear is available and the shaft 1, so obviously the bigger gear is available at the shaft 2. So as I told you, the taken to consideration the rule that the smaller gear or the pinion gear should be always drawn at the left side of the cluster, isn't it? I hope you understood this. Then next part will be the calculation of number of teeth. So number of teeth on the gear, it is how it is to be calculated. First of all, the electric motor, here is the electric motor. So electric motor is using to have the prime mover. It has some speed, suppose let's say 1440 rpm, and here you are reducing that speed from electric motor speed to the input shaft speed, that is 631 rpm. So that is reducing from maybe the diameter ratio, that is diameter of electric motor and diameter of input shaft, or diameter available at the input shaft, maybe belt drive, maybe chain drive, maybe other drives to be there. So 1440 rpm, that is reduced up to 631 rpm. So here the speed available at the first shaft, that is 631 rpm. Okay, so here again there are 3 speeds has to be generated from the first shaft to the next second shaft. So this will be called it as a first transmission stage. Okay, so here, so Z1 input and Z1 output, that is equals to 391 upon 631, Z2 input upon Z2 output is equals to 1000 upon 631, Z3 input upon Z3 output is equals to 631 upon 631. So 631 upon 631, that is 1, means what, there is no speed change from 631 to this. Here the ratio is 1000 upon 631, it is less than 1, so speed is going to reduce. Here 398 divided by 631, here the value is comes in the 0.0 something, means less than 1, so speed is going to reduce. Here is the speed is going to increase. Okay, so one speed is decreases, or one speed is decreases means what, this one speed is increases, one speed is same. So this is the equal speed, here is the same speed, that is indicated by same speed, that is S. Here is the increasing speed, that is indicated by I, and here the speed is decreasing, that is indicated by D. So there are 3 speeds are there, so we have taken into consideration. Then next is second transmission group, that is Z4 input upon Z4 output, Z5 input upon Z5 output, and Z6 input upon Z6 output. So again the second transmission group, in that again the speed has to be taken. So 2512 upon 631, 158.5 upon 631, and 631 upon 631, again here if the speed is same, that is 1. Here is the speed is reduced, that is less than 1, the ratio is coming around, so speed is decreasing, and 2512 divided by 631, that is the speed is going to increase. So one speed is increasing, one speed is decreasing, and one speed is same. So if you take the ratio of that particular, in the first slide we have taken, so what are the speed ratio that taken to consideration. This value is comes around 0.625, this value comes around 1.6, and this value comes around 1. 1 means what, there is no speed change, 1.6 means speed is increasing, and 0.625 means speed is decreasing. Likewise for the second stage, 4.25 and 1. So 1 means what? Speed is same. 0.25 means what? Speed is reduced, and 4 means what? Speed is increasing. So according to that, try to calculate the number of teeth required for this particular transmission stage. So Z1 input upon Z1 output is equals to 398 upon 631. That ratio we have taken in earlier slide. It is nearer to 0.631, and take the Z1 output is equals to 1585 into Z1 input. So we have to find out for same for the Z3 and Z2. So as I told you, the center distance is same and module is same. So we can write summation of all the gear pair means what? Z1 input plus Z1 output is equals to Z2 input plus Z2 output is equals to Z3 input plus Z3 output. So summation of all the gear pair will be the same when the center distance is same and the module is same. So while taking into that, so the even and even number, so the equation from C, D, E and F, so we can write this Z1 input plus 1.585 Z1 input is equals to Z2 output plus 1.585 Z2 output is equals to twice Z3 input. So accordingly, from equation this G and H, it is seen that Z1 input and Z2 output are the smallest gear. So the motto behind this, we have to find out the smallest gear. Means what? We need to take the number of teeth on the smallest gear. We know that it is 20, or it is nearer to 17 or 18. 17 or 18. That is predictable value. So minimum number of teeth, that may be 17, 18, or in some books, or it is given in the numerical also. Take the take the pinion, or take the number of teeth, minimum number of teeth is 20. So in this numerical particularly, the minimum number of teeth is given, that is 20. So Z1 input is equals to Z2 output is equals to 20. So likewise, we will revise the above equation and we will find out the various values of number of teeth. Then Z2 input is equals to 32, Z2 output is equals to 20, Z3 input is equals to 26, and Z3 output is equals to 26. So likewise, calculating for the second stage. For second stage, that is 2512 upon 631, 158.5 upon 631, and 631 upon 631. The ratio is 3.981, 0.251 and 1. Again taken, the addendum is the module is same, center distance is same. So addition of all the gear pair means Z4 input plus Z4 output is equals to Z4 input plus Z4 output plus is equals to Z6 input plus Z6 output. So according to this, again we will find out the number of teeth available on Z4 input is 80, Z4 output is 20. Here is the smallest pinion is Z4 output and Z5 input. So Z5 input is 20, Z5 output is 80, Z6 input is 50, and Z6 output is 50 again. So likewise, we will find out the number of teeth on the second transmission stage. Again, we will calculate the number of teeth. We will put that particular number of teeth and we will revise those values. Means suppose here we are round up that particular number of teeth and we will revise that particular values of the ratio of speed, and particularly this is for the third stage. And then we will find out the actual transmission ratio. In this actual transmission ratio, because we will find out the number of teeth and we will round off that particular number of teeth, and again we will revise the actual transmission ratio, and according to that we need to set here this will be indicating the actual speed available on that shaft. In previous value, that is according to the speed available or according to the calculation of the speed, but here we are round off that particular value of Z, and then we will got the actual speed ratio. Okay, thank you for watching me. Thank you all.